make the difference in the fight. The pop in his hands is incredible. It's going to be a fun 4-round fight. It's going to be a high pace, and both guys can bang, he said, making it clear that he expects Garcia to losses. For Romero, it was likely the limits of his raw aggression. For Garcia, it was perhaps the cost of rushing in without proper defense or composure, but Porter believes only one of them has evolved from that experience in a meaningful way, and that's Ryan Garcia. Romero, for all his bravado, is entering this bout. His title win over Ismael Barroso remains marred by controversy, a fight many felt was prematurely stopped in Romero's favor despite Barroso leading on the cards. Then came the loss to Isaac Cruz, who bullied Romero with clean, compact shots and wanted to get through the fight, collect a paycheck, and leave. That's not the mindset you want when you're facing a puncher like Garcia. Fans aren't expecting this fight to go long. In fact, most think Roly's weak chin won't last more than 4 rounds. Guidance, Garcia's gifts, his speed, his explosiveness are being channeled with far more discipline. James has described Garcia's preparation as laser-focused, built on repetition and tactical awareness. We've been drilling precision, timing, and controlled aggression, James explained.
He's looking to make after that year layoff.
Yeah, I'm coming back with a bang. I'm not here to, play no games in this, come Friday night. I can't. I got a huge fight coming up next, so got to take him as serious as if I'm fighting Devin. So we're going to be prepared 100%.
Romero, that statement could come in the form of a finish, and James has been preparing Garcia for every possible variation of the fight. Whether Romero charges forward like a bull or tries to get slick and box from the outside, Garcia is reportedly ready to respond with devastating counters. The loss to Tank was humbling. His mental health battles took him out of the spotlight. But now, there's a sense that he's found a new identity, not just as a boxer, but as a man. Bradley noticed the fame and fortune that comes with being a top contender. He has not forgotten his roots. It's still in my heart to become a champion, he said, reflecting on his aspirations. I believe I'm fighting for a 147-pound championship, so I will be a world champion. He's ready to face whoever stands in his way, from Jaron Ennis to Mario Barrios, and prove...
Hell no, I've been in the ring with bro. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, man. Not even close. That dude, that Barroso, man, that was the hardest hitter I've ever been in the ring with. By far, doesn't even compare, and honestly, nothing will ever compare.
A lot of people see him more as a talker than a real threat. The truth is, his resume doesn't scream elite. He's been knocked out by Tank, lost his title in his first defense to Isaac Cruz, and barely escaped with a controversial win over 40-year-old Ismael Barroso.
Not an exciting fight. All he do is slap. So
what happens to him in the fight?
Oh, bro, he does. He does. Just like that, he does.
Is it any extra personal, him talking about your sister and like his sister watches?
I'm asking you about this, right? We sparred in 2013, March 2013, right? I had just turned 17, right? And I started boxing December 2012, so I've been boxing for like 3-4 months.
Me versus me, and I've never been so happy in my life. But one famous saying goes, believing in yourself doesn't make you stronger or more skillful, and that is being backed up, still pushing the same idea, but his take is only more brutal. With the authority of a Hall of Famer who has seen every style imaginable, Bradley pointed to Square, I'm just happy to be part of history, he said. It's a big opportunity for me to do something amazing at a historic event. There's a little added pressure, but this is what we do.
Whenever I ever knock on for a knockout, every fight I'll go for a knockout.
This meant Garcia's now famous left hook as the difference maker. His assessment wasn't simply about speed or flash, it was about timing, execution, and Romero's glaring. Ryan Garcia has made a bold promise after showcasing his training for Roly, one that has stirred the boxing community. He has vowed to send Roly into retirement during their of Garcia's character. This wasn't the same wild and erratic young man who once bounced off the ropes with Instagram stardom fueling his every move. This Ryan, according to Bradley, had matured. He's tamed the distractions, whelmed him with constant pressure. While Romero did pick up a bounce-back win over Manuel James, it wasn't the kind of performance that erases doubt.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm not coming for it, but when I throw, usually they go down. So, I got him. He's gonna be coming after me. I'm gonna be coming after him. It's gonna be a great night.
The upcoming headline fight, And after everyone took notice of his new look and skills, the pros can't help it but feel this is the end for Roly. Citing Garcia's superior natural talent and the shared experience both men have from facing Tank Davis. Porter believes both fighters learned something crucial in those. He simply couldn't. He's a little shell-shocked, Ryan told Dazin. When somebody is in front of you, it's hard to talk the way he does.
They're going to announce a lot of fights to be finalized. That's my opinion on that. However, I think that it's a great matchup. I think it's a good storyline for Roly as well. And I think they're going to fight at 47.
Yeah. Roly's a big dude. Obviously, he has that power. Ryan has that right hook.
Yep.
So, who you got?
I got Ryan. I got Ryan Garcia.
Why?
Yeah. I just think that from that fight and since then, he hasn't been fighting for that long of a period and then being stopped the way he was. I think
Garcia himself has admitted that this is the fight that represents a chance at redemption, an opportunity to rebuild his reputation after a period filled with personal struggles and doubts. Despite his undeniable talent, his antics outside the ring get attention, but inside it, his performances don't match the energy. Now he's up against Ryan. One clean shot could end the night. Ryan says he's coming in to do a job, knock Romero out, and move on to the big one, a rematch with Devin Haney. He's not interested. Garcia has faced challenges outside the ring, including battles with his mental health. But now, he claims to be in the best shape of his life, mentally and physically. He's training under Derek James now, more disciplined, more focused. You can see it in his demeanor. He's calm.
I know I didn't take steroids. It's not going to be much different. I mean, and like the crazy thing is they want to like keep on saying, oh, it's because of the PEDs, it's because of the PEDs. I was on fighting a guy with PEDs. PEDs don't help you block a left hook. You know, he didn't block any of it.
In a recent interview, Garcia spoke to Chris Mannix on DAZN, sharing that now he is clean and in top condition, ready to fight at his peak. At the end of the day, I'm just excited to be back. The man standing in the way, but not for long. How do you see it going? Do you think it ends early for Roly? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates. In the ring, he said, acknowledging that the fight with Romero has been a long time coming. He also hinted that he is coming not just for the win, but to dominate just hard enough to leave Devin shaking ahead of their October.
Roly's a big puncher though, too.
Yeah, he's a big puncher, but when I think about Roly's Ryan, I think about De La Hoya Mayorga.
Yeah, someone else had told me, Rosado had told me that he thinks the same way. Why?
Well, you have big punchers who throw, those are easy to block. All you got to do is be calm, stay collective, and do your job. That's it. So I think Ryan, it's going to be a fun, short fight. It's going to be a fun 4-round fight.
4 rounds.
I believe so.
So majority of people I've spoken.
That's not trash talk, that's observation. Garcia added that Roly looked like a deer caught in the headlights, and that he could tell Romero, on the other hand, has no doubts about his own abilities. Not even Ryan's training or his physique seems to be worrying him. The 27-year-old fighter from Las Vegas has always been known for his brash confidence, and ahead of this fight, he has only doubled down. That is what makes this matchup so compelling. Garcia is volatile in all the best and worst ways. He can deliver a highlight reel finish from seemingly nowhere.
Maybe just double Ryan Garcia knocked down Devin Haney 3 times. How eager are you to see this version of Ryan Garcia against Roly Romero?
It's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be explosive. It really is. Ryan Garcia at peace and focused is a dangerous Ryan Garcia. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
What have you taken from today? I know it's like a brief workout, but what have you observed?
His defense is wild, his footwork is loose, and he leaves himself open during exchanges, exactly where Garcia thrives. On his belief that he can take Garcia down. Romero's words, as always, are laced with some addition of bravery. He believes Garcia is simply a stepping stone for him, a way to prove that he belongs at the top. Charlo, and now Ryan too? James has been carefully reconstructing Garcia, not just physically, but mentally. Under James's guidance, I said it was going to be one of the biggest fights in the history of boxing, and definitely in the history of the United States, Romero said. He's not shy of...
Alone, boxing knowledge alone, who would you pick to be the winner?
I would pick probably Ryan.
Okay, and how do you think do you think Ryan's speed is a match for Roly's punch?
I think Ryan has extremely fast hands, and he has a tremendous left hook. And that's his bread and butter. So,
Times it in the build-up, the back and forth, or any heat. He just wants a finish, a statement, and a name to check off his list. Roly just happens to be about his intentions in the ring. If I go inside, I can beat him, or I can box and beat him, no matter what y'all think. He punches hard. Bullies in the world. I've experienced the worst bullies in the world, he said, with a confidence that only someone who has endured hard to a late-round stoppage by Ryan Garcia, Lopez said. I think Ryan will end it, since he's been away for that long. It's a prediction that suggests Garcia will need to shake off any ring rust, but ultimately, his power and skill will prevail.
So when you see that, you know, there's a pattern, and when you start seeing a pattern, that's when you know something's up.
How do you see this fight playing out? Do you think it goes a distance, Roly and your son?
I don't see it right now because the way Ryan is, when he's focused, look what happens to his opponent. You know, and he does drop him. He does drop him. So when he's focused like this, he's very dangerous. Is there drug testing? Yeah, they've already tested Ryan.
Timothy Bradley is press conference in Los Angeles. Garcia didn't even have to raise his voice. Romero didn't either, but not because he chose not to. According to Garcia, he believes keeps him strong in the face of external pressures, like the expectations of the media and fans. Romero even goes so far as to say that he doesn't need a big entourage to look at him, Stevenson said. He also predicted that Garcia would win by knockout, a sentiment that echoes the views of many in the boxing world.
The best left in the world.
But his defensive lapses, his sometimes stationary head movement, and his vulnerability to the overhand right have left questions. Still, and just from that, you can already tell this will be one of the best nights of the year. The stakes are high, but Romero is unbothered by the weight of the moment. And this is why we've trained since we were young for these super mega events. I'm blessed. Garcia's hunger for a world title is also apparent, despite...
You know, I think Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be 9-9. I think Ryan has changed, definitely. I think his character has definitely changed. You know, with the way he's just playing it now, a lot more calmer, very respectful. You know, look like a real businessman now. You know, he's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of calmed it and tamed it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely
moment. To him, he's used to adversity, having grown up in the harsh streets of Las Vegas, where he says he faced the worst. I'm gonna be real. I need Ryan to win, Haney has said, revealing the stakes of the fight for him. I want that rematch, and I need him to get through this fight to make it happen. You know, I beat him already, but he's still talking. But perhaps the most interesting prediction is from Devin Haney. Haney, who controversially defeated Garcia in their first encounter, has made it clear that he's eager for a rematch. But he needs Garcia to get through Romero first. Look, he is the true king of the lightweight division. If he takes out Roly like I think he can, then we'll get that chance, Haney continued, expressing his desire to settle the score once and for to the fight. I don't need anyone to pay attention to me. I'm always by myself, he explained, highlighting his self-reliance and determination. It's not that I make it against the world. It's...
I hope everybody gets in there, has a great time, leaves happy, healthy, a little bit richer.
Right.
But Ryan's quick, man. I'll just tell you something. Like, I remember from my fight days, I'm a bit old now, but I'm scared of the guy whose hands you can't see. Those are the ones to be afraid of.
Because they're all good fighters, but Ryan's clearly your favorite.
They're all fantastic fighters. Ryan and I are good friends, you know, so we have a personal relationship there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wish disrespect on anybody.
Right.
Or I don't want to jinx anybody. I just hope everybody has a great time. But I think when you can't see it coming, that's when it hurts.
You're going to be at the fight, Mason?
The outcome shifts heavily in his favor, at least in the eyes of the boxing elite. To many, Roly Romero has always had a big mouth, but when it comes to backing it up in the ring, Garcia, a fighter who, for all the criticism he's faced, has one of the most feared weapons in boxing. That lightning fast, I really do feel that, De La Hoya said. I see him as more powerful. I see him stronger and determined to make a statement on May 2nd. De La Hoya predicts an early night for Garcia. citing his speed and power as the key factors that will...
Ryan handles, cleans up Rolly?
I do.
Think he wants to fight? Yeah,
I think for both fighters obviously the common opponent right there. I think that both fighters, obviously Ryan just fought Tank.
Yeah.
I think he'll be better since fighting Tank.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with Roly. I think Roly became better from fighting Tank. I think that they knew certain mistakes that they made. I think they believed in their game plan. Got us all to believe in their game plan. I think they came to this fight with the right adjustments, but...
Talks like he's on my level. I want him to prove it. For Haney, it's not just about Garcia's potential. It's about proving that his victory over Garcia was no fluke, and that I think Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be night-night, Bradley declared, with the kind of certainty that only comes from experience. What stood out even more was Bradley's observations or rebuilds momentum. It was more of a stay busy fight, and now he finds himself across from one of the most dynamic